Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talking about the Australian 20-cent coins. Are one of the most common coins in everyday change, but some of them are incredibly rare and valuable. Many people do not realize that a simple 20-cent coin in their wallet could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In this video we take a deep look at the most valuable Australian 20-cent coins ever made. You will learn about famous rare issues, important years minting, mistakes, and unique features that make certain coins highly desirable. We also explain how condition affects value and how collectors decide what coin is really worth. Whether you are new to coin collecting or have been saving coins for years, this video will give you clear and easy information. Stay tuned to see if you might already own one of these amazing Australian 20-cent coins worth big money. Let's get started. First up, the famous 1968 Australian 20-cent coin, which holds a special place in Australian numismatic history and is well known as the first year of issue for the 20-cent denomination. This coin was introduced when Australia changed from pounds, shillings, and pence to decimal currency in 1966, and by 1968 production had stabilized, making this year very important for collectors. The design features the distinctive platypus on the reverse, created by Stuart Devlin and Queen Elizabeth II. On the obverse, this coin was struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, and millions were produced, making it common yet historically significant for beginners and experienced collectors alike. The metal composition of the Australian 20-cent coin is copro nickel, which is an alloy of copper and nickel, designed to be durable for circulation. The coin weighs 11.3 grams and has a diameter of 28.5 millimeters with a milled edge. Because it circulated heavily, many examples today show wear and loss of original mint luster. This makes condition extremely important when determining value, especially when the coin has visible surface wear, dull color, or discoloration caused by age and handling. Wear on a 1968 20-cent coin typically appears first on the high points of the design on the platypus. This includes the head, back, and feet, while on the queen portrait wear appears on the hair, cheek, and crown. In a wear and loss of luster condition, the coin will appear flat in these areas with reduced detail. The original shiny surface created during minting, known as mint luster, will be mostly gone, leaving a dull gray appearance. This level of wear usually places the coin in a very fine to extremely fine grade, depending on severity. Loss of luster significantly impacts collector value. Mint luster is created by microscopic flow lines in the metal. When the coin is struck and once worn away, it cannot be restored in circulated coins, though absence of luster is normal and expected. However, collectors pay premiums for coins that retain strong luster even with light wear. In the case of a 1968 20-cent coin with clear wear and no remaining luster, the coin is considered a circulated example, suitable mainly for type collections rather than high-grade investment pieces. Toning discoloration is another factor often seen on older copro nickel coins. Toning can range from light golden hues to darker gray-brown or even bluish shades, depending on storage environment, exposure to moisture, and contact with other materials. Natural toning is generally acceptable to collectors and can even be attractive. However, uneven or blotchy discoloration may reduce appeal, especially if it looks like corrosion or environmental damage for them. 20-cent coin mild even toning does not usually add value, but heavy dark toning can lower it. Now let us talk about value in wear and loss of luster with toning discoloration condition. A 1968 Australian 20-cent coin is considered common in the Australian market. Such a coin typically sells for around $1 to $3 Australian dollars, depending on eye appeal and level of wear. Coins with heavy wear, scratches, or unattractive toning may only be worth face value of 20 cents. Slightly better examples with readable detail and even toning can reach the higher end of that range. It is important to understand that rarity plays a major role in coin values. In the 1968 20-cent coin had a high mintage, exceeding 50 million pieces, because of this supply is abundant and demand is moderate, therefore condition is the main driver of price-only coins in uncirculated or near uncirculated condition with strong luster can command higher prices, sometimes reaching 15 to 30 Australian dollars or more. However, worn examples with loss of luster remain affordable and accessible for new collectors. Collectors often keep worn 1968 20-cent coins as part of year sets or decimal currency collections. They are also popular for educational purposes, helping people learn about grading, wear patterns, and toning, since cleaning can damage a coin and remove remaining surface detail. It is strongly advised not to clean these coins. Cleaning can leave hairlines, unnatural shine, and reduced value. Even a worn coin should be preserved in its natural state and stored in a dry environment. When presenting this coin in a YouTube video, it is helpful to show close-up shots under good lighting. Rotate the coin slowly to demonstrate the absence of luster and highlight wear areas. Compare it with a higher grade example if possible to educate viewers on differences in condition. Discuss how toning developed over decades and why it is normal for circulated coins. This approach helps viewers understand that not every old coin is rare or valuable, but each has its own story. In conclusion, the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin in wear and loss of luster with toning discoloration condition is a historically important but common coin. Its value is modest, usually a few dollars at most, yet it remains an essential part of Australian decimal history. For collectors, it offers an affordable entry point and a practical example of how wear, luster, and toning affect value. Understanding these factors builds knowledge, appreciation, and realistic expectations in the hobby, making coin collecting more enjoyable and rewarding. Next up, the Australian 20-cent coin from the year 1982. And this video is made for collectors, beginners, and anyone curious about old Australian coins. And in this video we will focus on a coin that shows numerous scratches and signs of wear, and we will explain what the coin is made from, why it looks the way it does, and how collectors think about condition, grading, and value. And this will be done slowly and clearly so that viewers can follow along easily and learn how to judge similar coins at home. The 1982 Australian 20-cent coin was issued for everyday circulation, and it is made from a copper-nickel alloy, which gives it a silver-gray appearance. And this metal is strong but still prone to scratching when the coin has been used for many years in pockets, wallets, and cash registers. And because millions of these coins were produced, most examples today are common and heavily circulated, and this means that condition is the most important factor when discussing value. When a coin has numerous scratches, it usually means it has spent a long time in circulation, and these scratches can come from contact with other coins, rough surfaces, or being dropped on hard ground. And on a copper nickel coin, scratches often appear as thin lines across the surface, and deeper nicks can be seen along the rim, and these marks reduce collector appeal because collectors prefer coins that still show original mint surfaces and sharp detail. Grading a coin like this starts by looking at overall wear, and a scratched 1982 20-cent coin would normally fall into the lower circulated grades such as fair good or very good, and in these grades the design is still visible, but the high points are worn flat and the fields are covered in marks, and the platypus design on the reverse may show reduced texture, and the queen's portrait on the obverse may appear smooth in the hair and crown. Because this coin is made of copper nickel, it does not toned in colorful ways like silver coins, and instead it usually becomes dull gray over time, and cleaning such a coin is not recommended because cleaning leaves additional scratches and removes original surface metal, and collectors can easily detect cleaned coins, and they usually consider them damaged, which further lowers value even if the coin looks shiny to the untrained eye. In terms of value, a heavily scratched 1982 Australian 20-cent coin is generally worth only face value or slightly above, in face value means 20 cents in Australian currency, and in some cases a dealer may pay a small premium if the coin is needed for bulk lots or educational sets, but it is not considered rare and there's no known mint era or low mintage variety for this year that would apply to a normal circulated example, uncirculated or mint condition. Examples of this coin can be worth more, but those coins show no scratches, strong luster and sharp detail, and they are usually found in mint sets rather than loose change. And this is why condition matters so much in coin collecting, because the same date and type of coin can have very different values, depending entirely on how well it has been preserved over time. For new collectors, this coin is still useful because it helps teach grading skills in metal identification and learning to recognize copper nickel versus silver is an important early step, and examining scratches, nicks and wear patterns helps collectors understand how coins age in real-world use, and keeping examples like this in a reference collection can be just as valuable for learning as owning expensive high-grade coins. If you are considering selling a scratched 1982 20-cent coin, it is best to have realistic expectations and understand that dealers and collectors will view it as a common circulated piece, and online listings that show high asking prices are often misleading and do not reflect actual sale results. And always compare sold listings rather than asking prices when researching coin values. In conclusion, the 1982 Australian 20-cent coin with numerous scratches is a common copper and nickel circulation coin with low collector value but strong educational value, and understanding why it is worth what it is helps build knowledge and appreciation for numismatics, and by studying coins like this you gain the skills needed to identify better examples, rarer issues, and truly valuable coins in the future. And this is the foundation of becoming a confident and informed coin collector.